Okay. Good morning, Assistant Chief Chris Butler. I'm going to announce two separate murder arrests in two separate cases. The first one, the victim is going to be Kimberly Hereford, white female, 51 years old. The suspect in this case is her husband, Richard Hereford, white male, 60. He has no criminal history. On Saturday, January 24th, 2015, at 5 p.m., police officers were dispatched to a person shot at 13,296 Yellow Bluff Road. Homicide Team 2. The investigation was led by Detective Eileen Simpson. The victim and suspect are husband and wife. They've been separated since January. Both of them agreed to file for divorce and go through the process together, the dissolution of the marriage. However, the suspect went and filed without her knowledge, and she was served with that paperwork. That led to a telephone conversation between the both of them. He then left from his sister's house, drove over to her house, and he armed himself with a handgun that he kept in the glove box of his car, walked up to the door. They had a conversation at the threshold of the door. At some point, it wasn't an argument, it was just like a conversation. He pulled out the gun and fired 2 times. The first round missed, the second one struck her in the back, and she was transported to a local hospital, and then later she passed. And I'll take any question that you have about that one.
Deanna with Action News. Was there anybody else inside of the home when he fired the gun?
There was an adult who was going to be her biological son. It would be the suspect's stepson. He was also in the house. You may see that there's a couple charges on there. I believe one's going to be, one's a murder. The second one is going to be, I think it's an aggravated assault or something like that for firing the weapon inside the house where the adult son was.
Marcus, like Channel 4, do we know how old his son was?
22.
Do they have any other children together, do we know?
Not that I'm aware of.
Any other questions?
How were you guys able to find him?
Oh, after he shot her, he returned to his sister's house, which is probably within a mile or 2 of where this incident happened. And by that time, everybody had called police. I mean, it wasn't like a whodunit or anything at all. He was known, and they ended up, police went over to her house and arrested him.
Did neighbors call police?
I'm not sure who all called police. I know the son did, and I believe next door neighbors also telephoned the police as well.
We heard a report that the man may have been actually trying to hit the stepson. Did you guys hear that by chance, or was it specifically for the wife?
No, I didn't. I'm not aware of that information.
Okay.
So this was just a conversation that just took a really bad turn as far
Appeared
as
to be a regular conversation, that's correct.
Any other questions on this
Chris
one?
Butler from the Times-Union, just to make sure, so they were separated since January,
Yes.
and he filed for divorce on the 21st. They had a conversation about that, which led him to her home.
I'm not sure the exact date, unless it's listed somewhere in the arrest book report. But yeah, they've been separated since January. They were supposed to go through the dissolution process together, and he ended up filing without her
And
knowledge.
then a conversation about it that led him to her home, and that's when this shooting occurred.
Yes.
And when we say separated since January, do we mean last January?
No, this January. He moved
Okay.
out.
So earlier this month.
That's correct.